Hello, friends. Thanks so much for joining me today. This is Season 2, Episode 2. Let's head to the mountains. We'll do something on a black canvas today, and we'll do a night sky with a lot of green called Shooting Stars. So for now, sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of Relaxation Oil Painting. Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming back. We are in episode 2, series 2. As you can see, we have Bob painting in the background. Today I have a black canvas, so we'll work from dark to light. It's a slightly smaller canvas. I think it's around perhaps 16 by 20 or 16 by 16, 18 by 18. So it's a little bit smaller than I'm used to working with, which is fine. I have put some liquid clear on the canvas, which allows the paint to move. And I'm just going to start out today with a little bit of white. This is a different type of oil paint I'm using today. It's not the Bob Ross. It's a different type of oil, so we're going to see how this works. And I'm just going to find my light source, which I think for a change will be over here. So I'm going to move in and start to move in with a light source. And I'm just putting on white, and I have a little bit of the yellow ochre already on the canvas. So as you can see here, I'm just working out. Let's add just a touch of alizarin crimson. I love these dark canvases because they really show the contrast in the color here. And we work our way out. It gets a little bit more red, a little darker. Here. Now I'm going to take a clean, dry 2-inch brush. I'm going to start to blend this together because I want this really soft. This looks like a nuclear bomb, doesn't it? I guess that's, we could do an Armageddon painting. Now let's go into a little bit of brown, believe it or not. I'm going to use one of these brushes called a half-size brush. Let's go into some alizarin crimson and brown. More crimson than brown. I want this dark up here. This light may go on and off. Now I'm going to bring in some clouds here, if you can see, by swirling this. Kind of brings in those clouds. Darker and darker as it goes away from the source. There we go, that should be better. Going back to the 2-inch brush, working our way out. Starting to swirl this together. What I call hypnotizing or softening the clouds. And you can spend a lot of time on this. I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but I like this kind of orangish, rusty, a little bit yellow sky bleeding together here. It's quite different. Now you can stop there, you can continue to go. I'm going to put in some dark clouds here, so I want to take a brush. Let's see what kind I'll use. Take a moment to put some black on the palette. Yeah, I ran out of the titanium white, so I was at the art store today, and they do not carry Bob Ross paints at the store. So I just got some regular oil paint. This white paint is called Master's Touch Fine Art Studio Oil Color Titanium White. So it's much thinner than the Bob Ross paint. So I recommend, if you're going to do this style, this wet on wet, try to find the Bob Ross paint. And some crimson and some black. I ordered some titanium white through Amazon or eBay, and that will not be in for about a week, so I can't wait for white. White is probably the most popular color you use. As you can see by my palette, that's the white I just bought, and these are the other Bob Ross colors, but this is, you use white a lot, especially with a dark canvas. So let's see, let's add some swirling clouds. I'm going to cut this off here with this cloud. Maybe here there's kind of a thunderhead coming out. Just swirling this around. This is almost a purple color here. And maybe there's one rising up from here. This easel I'm using is a Bob Ross easel, and it is well made. It's actually like a step ladder, but it still shakes because this is a really strong movement I'm doing. So the canvas is really grabbing this paint. So I apologize that it's probably shaking in the lens, but nothing I can do. When we get to the bottom, it'll soften. Just adding some clouds here, maybe these come in. This is fun to do, very relaxing. Here comes some highlight. We'll put this dark over here. So maybe that's some sort of sky thunderhead rolling in. And what I'll do is lightly take this and just soften this a bit. Now what I can do is go back in. We'll use this fan brush. I'm going to clean it. And I'm going to leave just a touch of paint thinner on it, so I'm not going to completely dry it. go back into that new white that we just bought. And I want to see if I can highlight some of these clouds. Let's see how this works. I have no idea. I'm just going to use the corner of this fan brush. And we'll blend this out. I'm just going to highlight where the light would be hitting. I'm going to add a little bit of bright yellow. Just wherever the sun from underneath might hit. Here's a cloud that comes down from the top. It's kind of different. Now let's go back to this brush here. Clean and dry as best we can. And I'm just going to go in and soften the bottom of this cloud out. Kind of killing the line between the dark and the light. No two skies are ever alike, and that's the beauty of this style. Is you're going to paint, you could paint hundreds and thousands of paintings and no way that two skies are going to align exactly alike. There's just no way, which makes each sky completely unique, completely one of a kind. No painting in the world will have a sky the same. The second you touch that brush to the canvas, it changes everything. So we have a nice soft sky here. Different. Now let's take that same fan brush. I'm going to layer in a few more. White and yellow. Let's go in and add a second highlight here of cloud. Back to the 2.5. Fluff these up. Soften them. Trying to paint right-handed as well as left so you guys can see. As you know, I paint with both hands, so I'm going to try to keep my left hand as much as I can outside of your vision of the canvas. There. Different type of sky, big. Okay, let's make a dark mountain here for today. Let's put I guess I can use a palette knife. Let's grab some dark, some black, some crimson, a little bit of blue. Just looking for a really dark color. Create a roll of paint. And let's come up here and create a mountain. Let's go right in front of this, cover up a lot of this here. Instantly pushes that sky back. I'm only interested in the outside edge here. Only interested in the edge. Those of you who like the ASMR audio sensory will probably like the scraping sounds I make. Removing the excess paint here. Now we take a brush here, clean, dry. And I want to go in and pull these mountains down. Softening up the edges. Okay. Just give me a moment to clean a brush. So right now I'm painting. It's 3 days from Christmas. It's the 22nd, 2018, almost 2019. Where does time go? What are you guys up to for the holidays? Anything exciting? Are you having family in? Are you by yourself? It's always difficult, isn't it, having family in? A lot of us do not get along with our family, so that's always a challenge. Having everybody come to your house for dinner, or you're forced to go to your grandma's or wherever it is, and you have to talk to your weird cousins we have nothing in common with, perhaps, or your creepy uncle, or your brother or sister that never shuts up about politics or religion. Whoever it is, we're going to find ourselves disagreeing with everyone in our family, and many of us will just want to go and shut out the room and go into our bedroom and click on Bob Ross and vegetate and skip the whole dinner. Can't do that, though. Don't want to be a social misfit. We have to socialize with our family. You don't choose your blood relatives, but that doesn't mean you don't get to choose your friends. So a couple days a year we have to tolerate. There's nothing wrong with that. It's important to do. Most of our family is just trying to struggle and stay happy like we are. They bleed like we do. They love us regardless, and most of the time, your family will be there for you if you get sick or hurt or sometimes in financial straits. So if you are fortunate enough to have a family that you can rely upon and you don't take advantage of, who's always there for you, you are lucky. So to spend a few days on Christmas or New Year's or Thanksgiving, whatever you celebrate, there should be no complaining. Because a lot of people don't have any family and they're by themselves. And they would do anything to be in your shoes and go to a turkey dinner at Grandma's house. Weird cousins or not, they would love to be accepted in the group like you are with your family. And if you're alone and by yourself, then you can do what you want. You can sit around in your underwear and drink beer all day. Who cares, right? Okay, so I had to clean the brushes. Let's go in and I'd like to try something different. I don't know if this is going to work. It may completely fail. Are you guys ready to take a huge chance? Oh, it worked. What I'm doing is taking some paint and flicking it. Flicking the paint here. Do you see it? Flicking this white paint, which looks kind of like stars. Just for the heck of it. I just made that up just now. Because I'm like, hey, that would look cool if we had some stars there. And now we do. You'll see at the end when I take a picture of this how it looks. Now I'm going to go in and soften the clouds a little bit because I don't want all these stars to show through the clouds. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to get rid of this one here, which I don't like. Gone. Who knew you could move stars that easily? There, look at that. Oh, look, and I can even, look at that. If I pull, it creates the illusion of shooting stars. Oh, that's cool. See, when you take a chance and experiment, look, shooting stars. Can you see that? I don't know if the camera can pick that up. That's awesome. We shall leave that. Let's clean up this edge. Using the fan brush, alizarin crimson, I'm going to clean up this edge a little bit. Boom, boom. I really want some more detail on that mountain, so I'm going to put it Look at that, I love this. See? Just that easy. Much nicer. So I cleaned up the edges. I like that a little bit more rolling. Should we add a highlight to the top of the mountain or leave it a black silhouette? What do you think? Could do it either way. I really think the mountain would have a touch of yellow on the edge, so I'm going to do that. Don't know how. I suppose I could use a small knife. Maybe touch the edge, or do I want to soften it? I'm just thinking how I want to do that. cleaning my brush. I would think that I would use a filbert brush, and then I would here let's try one of these brushes I just bought. That's going to take some liquid white and some yellow, and I'm just going into the yellow and the white, and I'm just going to highlight the mountain. Let's see. All it's doing is diffusing this edge. I have no clue if the camera's picking this up, but it is making the edge a little bit lighter. That's kind of nice. Can you see that? It's kind of nice. Okay, that's good for now. Let's wash this off. So what are you guys going to do for New Year's? What are you going to do for New Year's? Anything? Do you believe in New Year's? Or do you think it's a bunch of BS where a lot of people don't celebrate New Year's? It's just another day on the calendar. I'm one of those people. I don't care for New Year's. If I'm going to change a goal or a habit, I do it. I certainly don't wait for a certain day of the year to change a habit, because I don't know what the statistics are. It's probably 80% or more, maybe 90% of people fail their New Year's resolution within a month. And owning a martial arts school, I see that all the time. We get people that come in January 2nd to sign up for classes, and by February, March, they're gone. Same thing with gyms. You guys know how that is. You sign up for a gym, get a new membership, all excited to lose weight, get in shape for the next year, and within 4 weeks you stop coming. And now you're stuck under some sort of long-term contract. But if I want to change my life, I do not wait for New Year's Eve. Even as a kid, I thought that was just kind of a holiday excuse to drink. Really didn't serve much purpose. It's fine if you want to dance and go party, but don't expect to change over a calendar date. Because if you're miserable, you'll still be miserable on January 2nd or 1st. And if you're happy, you'll still be happy. So I am of the opinion that we should not care about the calendar to change our life. You want to change your life? Just go ahead and do it. Don't wait. Okay, let's see what we're going to do next. Let's do a middle ground. Let's get some green going as a base color for the mountains. Let's do some feathery, faraway green. Green, and let's add some color here. Indian yellow, also known as yellow ochre. They're the same color, so depending on where you buy it. This one's called Indian yellow. And some sap green, a little bit of white, Just making a nice kind of light green color here, more on the gold tone. Tapping it into the bristles. This should show up nicely onto the dark canvas. As you can see there, putting it right in the bristles. Let's go in here and create some foothills. Let's have the lay of the land coming down here. Down, so. Start here. I'm going to have a hill. Darker and darker as you get under the hill more. Lighter toward the top. Shows up nice on the black canvas, doesn't it? Let's go into a little more gold, a little more white. And then here. Just adding these soft rolling hills. Following the lay of the land down. Darker, darker, darker. Down here. Softer, softer, softer. Softer, softer. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Nice rolling hill. And let's see. These paintings can go super fast if you want them to. It's good enough for now. Yes, okay, now let's put kind of want a tree up there. That will look nice, and then we'll see where we go from there. Let us put a tree over here where it's dark. I want to leave that. We'll put some dark pines there. That might look neat. Let's do that. Let's put some dark pine trees. Get up my fan brush. Let's get some green, some brown, black, more green. I want these super dark pine trees. Here, create some pines coming up. Maybe this is a different type of pine tree. Maybe these are the tall, thin ones. Have you seen these in landscape? Maybe these are the ones that aren't like really evergreen. They're almost like a shrub. Almost like in Greek gardens you see. Have you ever seen those before? put a couple more here. Maybe these go down to the edge like that. So we have some darkness there. And then if I take another fan brush, let's see, get a little bit of liquid white. Let's go into that nice green color we had with the yellow ochre. A little bit darker. I don't want this too light, but I'm trying to thin the paint. Thin paint sticks to a thicker paint. So if I just barely get this color, I'm just going to touch here. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can. Just a little bit of a separation. Can you see that? Some pines over there. I like that. It's different. Never done those before. That's good. And we could even put some here. Maybe back here there's another hill. Way, way back. Just the indication of some trees coming up. That's different. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just pulling up a little bit of color here. It just makes it look like more trees back there. Okay, good. Let's go over this one more time. Oh, I'm having fun. This is good fun. I love this stuff. Now let's put in a great tree, and then I'm going to have some branches. Let me look at this for a second. I like that, but I do want some structure there. Do we want water in this photo? I don't know. I could put water here, but we don't have to have the water. The water is really nice in a painting. If that's the case, then I need to, if I'm going to put water, then I'm going to probably take a hill this way so that the water kind of sits in a pool. I don't have to put water. I can just leave a big green hill, which I might do because I don't often do just a big hill. So many decisions. I know you guys are probably yelling, do this, do that, don't ruin it, don't do this, leave it alone. and there are times where you could leave the painting, but I don't like that. I want to put some more in. I think I need a dark tree on the right. I feel that I want that. So I'm going to use, excuse me while I get some more paint out of the roll. get some Dyke Brown out, which is basically a pre-mixed dark brown. And we'll cut in a nice tree, big trunk. Here. There it is. Can you see it? I do. Now, before we do anything else, let me find this liner brush here. I'm going to some paint thinner into the brown. I want this like ink. Just bought this liner brush today. Let's see how it works. It's a $4 brush. Making this consistency of ink. And let's go in and create some branches here. Holding my breath half the time. Do you guys see that? Can you see the branches here? It should stick out to the sky somewhat. I'm going to adjust this. This is in my way. That's better. I'm getting that out of the way a little bit. It's affecting my vision. That's why I wear this baseball hat. It's not because I like baseball hats. I really don't. I'm not a hat person, but it keeps the light out of my eyes. That's all. The more of these you put, the cooler it looks in some ways. Excuse me, I was sick last week with some sort of winter virus. Haven't been sick in a long time, but being a teacher, you kind of get a really good immunity system working with kids all the time, and I really got it last week. Sore throat, you name it, fever, to the point where I go to the doctor, it's bad. Of course, he said there's no cure for it. He said take ibuprofen, 3 days of antibiotics. Ibuprofen works well for pain relief of the sore throat, but if you take it too long, it's dangerous because it'll ruin your digestive tract. It'll give you bloody ulcers, all kinds of nasty things that'll can ruin the lining of your stomach. So you shouldn't take aspirin and ibuprofen for long periods of time, it's terrible for you. High doses, I should say. Perhaps 50 milligrams a day wouldn't hurt you, but you start to take 800 at a pop, 3-4 pills if you're in pain, and you do that for several days, it'll start to wreck you. So the quicker I can get off ibuprofen, the better, in my opinion. Okay, so we have a lot of nice detail there. And I think I'll go in and highlight this. For that, I'm just going to use white and yellow ochre, making kind of a gold, a little bit of brown. A little yellow ochre. Just adding in a little highlight. See? A little fun here. Most of this is going to get covered up in a moment, as you'll see in a minute. Now let's add some leaves, because it's not fall, so let's add some leaves in. Constantly cleaning brushes. All right. Let's go into a 2-inch, no, let's go into this. Boom. 1-inch brush. I like this one for leaves. Dark leaves. Let's make some green. Where's that brown color? Here it is, this dark color. Black, brown. And let's go in and create some soft tree leaves here. Think about shape and form. Don't just slap it on anywhere. Look at where the branches are. There. See? Easy. All right, let's see where that goes. Okay, let's take this down. Let's go into the green. Start to move this a bit. I want to put some water. We can do that, and if we don't like it, we'll just get rid of it. So here's how you do the water for this particular movement. I take a 2-inch brush. I go into a little white. As far as I know, it's white. Now I'm using this non-Bob Ross white. Let's see how this works. Maybe just a touch of the yellow. Trying to match it to the sky somewhat. And I'm just going to pull this down. Actually, before I do that, let's finish up this. What did I do with that? Here. Let's do this all the way down. Okay. And that easy of water. The tree is reflected. Let's go in and put some land. I'm just adding pure Dyke Brown here for some land, that's all. You need that shadow in order to show the light. And let's take some, do I have any burnt umber? Burnt umber is just a light brown pre-mixed. You can make burnt umber just by combining different colors. No, I don't have any here, so let's make some just by using brown and I think a little yellow ochre. I think we'll make a nice highlight, little white. Yes, okay, see? So I'm mixing brown, white, and yellow. Gives you that kind of texturized highlight color. And then ever so softly, just touching wherever the light tells it, picks it up, just touching. See? Adds a little space there. Get some paper towel. Go in and cut in a water line. Kind of makes it a little 3D. Now this tree needs more highlight, so let's use the palette knife. I already have it going. Let's take some of this highlight here and go this way. Just touching the edge. Can you see that? I hope. See? That just makes that stick out more, and I can even put a line or two here. Maybe there's kind of a tree here. Nice. All right. I'm going to put a touch of highlight on that tree. So we go here with that yellow, same color as the hill. And I'm just going to lightly touch where the sun would be hitting lightly. Good. White, yellow. Let's clean up this hill. Good. Maybe there's some flowers that come down, carry that through. This way. Adds a little bit more depth down there. Nice green, I like that. Maybe that carries down there. Just adding a water line down at the bottom here. This adds a nice texture to the canvas. That's good. There, I like that. Simple, very simple painting. So easy to do. And again, I can go back this way. And touch in here a little bit more. I want to put in a little bit more highlight of trees. Can you see that? That's better. I didn't like the line, so put in some more highlighted trees there. There, yeah. Okay, I like it. Let's go back to this brush here, a little bit more. A tap color. Just want that a little lighter there and a little lighter at the top of the hill. Yes, that's better. Just a touch. That's the highest part of the hill. That's where most of the sun will be shining. What little's left of the night. Such an easy painting. Now I don't like one little thing. I don't like this, so I'm going to go over that. I want some darkness here, so watch this. I need more dark on this tree. There. It had too much highlight for my taste. So I'm just going back and adding just a little bit more depth to it. Just add a little bit too much there. That's better. I like that. And then you can go in with the liner brush, which we have somewhere. Where did I put you, sucker? Excuse me, I know it's somewhere here. Here it is. I knew I had it. I'm just going to do a little more dark here. Add just a touch more shape to that branch. Yeah, that's it, see? Just these little details that make it look more like a tree than just a scrub brush. Because a lot of these you would see coming through, you know? Certainly wouldn't all be leaves. It would be a lot of branches coming through. That gives that tree a little more structure. Yes. Okay. That's really a simple painting. Very simple. So you have your dark sky, you have your meteor shower here. Clouds, dark, mountains, no real highlight to speak of. A little bit of a forest here, which I'm going to add to. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. I'm adding some white. Trees. This is going to make this section look a little bit better. Yeah, that's nicer. I wanted this a little lighter down here because it's a little bit too dark for me. And I wanted to make it a little bit lighter. There. See? Again, you could spend hours and detail everything you want it just the way you like it. This is your world you create. Once you have that canvas, close yourself off from the world and just do what you want. Move mountains, create forests. Let go of the river. Just see what you come up with your imagination. And look back at it years later. That's it. Put your brush mark on it. Put your signature on that thing. Let the world know you created this. By your hand. Yeah, see? There. Very good. Okay, that's good. I like that. Easy. What a way to spend an hour, my friends. What a way to spend an hour just relaxing, enjoying the moments of life. No rush, no stress. Hanging out with me. I'm glad you came. This is fun. I'm just going to clean my brushes. A different type of painting. I don't know, it's unusual. Ah. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Nice. So we talked about the holidays and family, or lack thereof. We talked about being patient and tolerant this time of year, and of course all time of year. How to be patient with our family Once you're over the age of 21, you can emancipate yourself if you want, move away. I left my family. They live in Massachusetts. So I moved about 1,000 miles away to train in the martial arts that I chose to study, which is ninjutsu, also known as Budo or Taijutsu. There's many names for it. And I wanted to train with my teacher at the time, who was Stephen Hayes, who lived in Dayton, Ohio. So I saved up a little bit of money. Didn't know any friends, but come hell or high water I was going. Got a little U-Haul, came out here, found a job. Took any job I could get. Found an apartment across the street from the dojo. In case my car broke down, I could train. I could walk. I could get a bike. Had to get a second job to afford my training because it was almost $200 a month. So I had to get a second job just to pay for the training. And that's what I did for many years. I trained 5 days a week. I would get out of work at 2 o'clock, go home, eat quickly, go back to the dojo about 3:30, and train till about 9:30 every day. That was my job, full time. Well, it wasn't my job. I wasn't getting paid for it, but I was learning. And then eventually I became a coach and a teacher there, because I was there all the time. And I was the best in my class, without a doubt. Everyone else dropped out. I stayed. I excelled. I went to every seminar. Naturally became an instructor, which was my job, my goal. Started to teach classes for Mr. Hayes for several years, worked for him. Then another guy bought the dojo and I worked for him for a while. Then we moved to Mason, Ohio, which is 20-30 miles north of Cincinnati, which is where I have my full-time ninja school now. Been there for 12 years now. Taught hundreds, thousands of students the martial arts, and I love it. And to any teacher, that's the best thing you can give back is to... I'm just cleaning my brushes and talking. Every teacher wants his students to surpass him or her. So if a teacher sees that you as his or her student now has your own school and you're now carrying on that tradition, what more could a teacher want? That's the ultimate goal, is to have your students be better than you were. You don't want to hold your students back because they're going to have better technology, they'll be younger. You're more skilled, so you know how to translate the information better. So I'm hoping that some of my students in the next 10 years or so open their own dojo. I have several fairly high-ranking black belts now, so hopefully they will, one of them, decide to open a dojo of their own. It's quite difficult, though. It takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, but it's possible. That's why I love America. You can do whatever the heck you want. There's nothing that will hold you back in this country except your own doubt. So if you want to start a business of your own, if you are in America, no excuses. We have unbelievably easily accessible education. It's not free, but a lot of it is. And we have the ability to pay back our student loans little by little. A lot of countries don't have any programs like that, so don't complain. And then if you want to start your own business, you find an apprenticeship, go to school, get your degree, whatever you have to do. Then find a job in that field. Start to network through the computer, like I did. Heck, that's what ninjutsu is. It's networking. It's intelligence gathering. Gather your intelligence, and then when the time is right, you can develop your own business. Make as much money as you want. Pay your taxes. This country will treat you well from birth to grave. And many other countries. I'm not disparaging any other countries. I love many countries I've been to. But I like America the best. We complain a lot, but we are pretty free people. Free enough to create. All right, Mr. Ross, what do you think? Did you guys see the bobbleheads over there? I have 2 of them. Thank you for those who have sent gifts. I really do appreciate that. You do not have to send gifts, but I do like to get them. If you ever want to email me, go ahead and shoot me an email. It's my last name, Norcross, and then the number 9 at AOL.com. So after you finish laughing at AOL because it's such an old server, that's okay. I like to keep things for a long time. So it's Norcross9 at AOL.com. If you ever want to contact me about something, if you ever want to buy a painting, I have them available on my website, which is toddnorcross.net. Or you can contact me or find the paintings through the dojoinc.com. The dojo, TheDojoinc.com. And there are links there to buy paintings or just to communicate, ask questions. So we are on series 2. There are 10 paintings in each series. We're on series 2. This would be the 12th painting. So series 2, episode 2. I don't have a name for this yet, but I will name it. Probably will have something to do with the stars there, the shooting stars. And this painting will be available for purchase as well. So until next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching Relaxation Oil Painting. I enjoyed our time together, and I look so forward to our next time where we can spend an hour together. You guys have a great and relaxing day. I'll see you soon.